Welcome or welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name's Mahala and we are in a slightly different location for today's video. We're actually in the bathroom of a cafe in Montreal, and I'm going to be making over the cafe bathroom today and trying to make it look a little bit cuter than it actually is at the moment. At the moment it's just pretty much a dumping ground for chairs and pillows and boxes and all sorts of different things, so we want to make it nice. I've basically been given free rein to do whatever I want in the bathroom. The only thing that I've been requested is to make it Instagrammable and also to cover up the air conditioning piping that is in the bathroom. The cafe style is very kitsch, so I'm trying to stick with that style but also do the Instagrammable thing, I guess, as well. So we'll see how it all turns out. You will also notice I'm wearing a microphone today and the lighting is a little different. You will have to forgive me with the lighting and the sound in this video. I'm doing the best that I can, but the location we're in is super noisy. So we have refrigerators, we have not congelator, what is it called? A freezer. I remembered the French, that's so bizarre. We have freezers going as well, and then if I turn on the light in the bathroom like this, it kickstarts the ventilation system, which is obviously very, very loud. So we're gonna roll with some studio lights as best we can, and I'm hoping that you can hear me on my microphone. I have so much to do for this makeover, so enough chit chat. Let's get into clearing out this space and moving on to the project side of things. We've got a few holes and cracks that need to be spackled up and also filled in with some caulking. So I need to get to doing that, but first I do just want to double check which paint color I want to go for. So I've chosen 3 different paint colors, and at the moment I'm not sure which is going to be the right color for this space. The colors I have are pure white, polar bear, and solid opal. The pure white is obviously pure white. Polar bear has a slightly blue, icy blue tinge to it, and opal has a slight pink hue to it. So they were the colors that I tested out. You'll see what happens in a moment when it came to actually choosing a color. It did not go exactly according to plan. Time to move on to the spackling now. So I'm using the infamous Drydex Goes on Pink, Dries White spackle, and I've got a 220 grit sandpaper so I can just get some of those rougher details out. I'm gonna pop this on and away we go. We've got a lot of caulking to do. There's so many gaps in all of these walls, so I'm just using this one that I picked up from Home Depot. I've never used it before, so my fingers are crossed that it is going to work, but it says paintable in 30 minutes. Great. Won't shine through paint. Better. Cured sealant is mold resistant. The best. And easy water cleanup. What more could you want? I love that you can see all of the different colors from the years. So there's brown and a beigey color, 2 different types of blue. I think there's a green as well, maybe even a gray. I just think it's really cool. I like it. It's now time to do some painting. There's a lot of of pencil marks on these walls that need to go. Very lovely messages from people who came into the cafe when it first opened, which is beautiful, but the walls do need a little bit of a freshen up. So we're gonna pop on some paint, and I have to admit that I did go a little bit rogue. I tested out 3 colors of paint. I didn't end up liking any of them. It was kind of like in between 2 colors that I sort of was like, oh, I would like it if it was in between there. I ended up choosing fresh popcorn, and who doesn't love fresh popcorn? That's what we're gonna pop on the walls and just cross all of our fingers and toes that it looks really good. I don't wanna buy more paint. Let's get this on the walls. Painting time.
Yep, they're all the same also. The reason white has shades is so a couple can argue. There is no other reason. It's just white.
Welcome to the bathroom floor. I have all of my coats of paint on the walls, which is super fantastic. The only wall I haven't done is this one here, and that is because there will be wallpaper, so I'm just leaving that as is for the minute. But I do still have some painting, I suppose, to do. I'm actually going to be using this Rust-Oleum tubs and tile to paint the sink here, which is currently grey, and also the trim that you can see along here. So I'll be painting that. I won't be painting the whole floor. And the reason I'm not painting the whole floor is because I'm going to be putting in some peel and stick flooring in instead, but I didn't want to have the flooring to come up on the side. It would look weird. You'll understand why when I show you the flooring. So I'll be painting that white. For me to actually start painting the sink, I need to remove the sink faucet because I am planning to replace it with something a little bit prettier. I've never replaced a sink faucet before. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm hoping that that helps me out. I will definitely link 1 or 2 of those below for you if you guys are looking to replace a sink faucet as well. Let's get in, remove the sink faucet, and then get this tubs and tile on all of those surfaces.
I've been gone, but haven't done much healing. It's pretty clear to me. Kinda strange how I can take a beating from my better self. It's like no one else even really scratches the surface. 'Cause nobody gets, nobody gets, nobody gets me. I'm looking for faith, looking for love in every direction. Looking for someone to show me the way when my map is torn up. Give me a light when my torch is blown out. Let me escape from my hideaway. I give up all of my little addictions, but I'm still stuck with some tough decisions, yeah. Now I'm up against the wall, and I'm looking for your attention.
Time to talk storage solutions. This bathroom has no storage, which means that toilet rolls, paper towels, the bags of the people that work at the cafe are just kind of left everywhere. So we want to remedy that. I'm going to do 2 different storage solutions. I'm going to have one which is under the sink, and I will be custom building it so that the top part here is only what will be visible, and then underneath it'll be a cabinet. So that's why I haven't painted this, why it's still grey, is because it won't be seen there will be a cabinet around it. The second cabinet is going up here, and that is to help cover this delightful piping, which we can't move because of the air conditioner. This was such a chaotic first experience learning to build a cabinet, well, a rough version anyway, and learning to do a full room makeover that I totally forgot to note down the measurements. I'm pretty sure that for the frame, the legs were 32.5 inches, and I cut 4 of those from a piece of 2x2. Then the front and back supports for the frame, I believe, were about 34 inches, and I cut those from a 1x2, and then the side supports were 18.5 inches, also cut from a 1x2. For the front and back supports, the ones at 34 inches, I did only cut 3 pieces of those. The reason I cut only 3 pieces is because the sink basin and the pipes at the back of the cabinet where those supports would go got in the way, so it meant that I could only fit 1 support piece at the back of the cabinet behind the pipes. So basically 2 at the front, 1 at the back, 4 on the sides. Time to paint this cabinet, which I'm pretty keen to see how this color turns out. It is a pink color. It was definitely one of the colors that they wanted to have in the bathroom. It is salon de thé, so I think that that's means tea room in French. We're going to pop on the first coat of this onto the cabinet. Now the cabinet is not totally finished, obviously, but I can't finish assembling it until I've laid down the flooring and also put in the sink faucet, which I will do soon, but I want to get the first coat of paint on first. Well, while I leave the cabinet for the sink to dry with those first couple of coats of paint on, I'm going to move on to the flooring in here. So we are getting rid of these patchy, very dirty blue and green tiles, but I'm not going to get rid of them completely, obviously, because that's a much more high labor intense job. I'm actually going to use these peel and stick wood panels, which I'm obsessed with. I've never used them before, so this will be the first time, but I really love them. The color is salted oak, and I just picked them up from Home Depot. They weren't too expensive either. They were quite, very affordable. The wallpaper is going to be super fun and busy, and so I didn't want to have too much going on, and I thought that bringing in this natural type element would look really nice. So we're going to pop these down, get them all staggered. I've got a Stanley knife, my square, a pencil, and also a level to help me out. So let's do it. using my knife. So I'm very happy to be laying this final piece. Let's get it down. Take off the little excess bit I don't need. There you go. Wow, it's much harder to do this with one less finger. Faucet, and I'm going with this one. The style is very similar to the other one. It's just a brass colored matte faucet with your hot and cold there, and I've got a little instruction pack that it came with, also a YouTube video that I'm watching to make sure that I do this correctly. So let's get some water back in the bathroom. Yeah, good. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. And no leaks. We need to get a top on this sink. Obviously, it would have been far more time efficient had I done this before I installed the sink faucet, but I didn't think about it. I was just so excited to install it, you know? So instead of trying to place my wood on top and do that, I'm going to use this piece of board to create a template. So essentially what I'm going to do is place it and try and create like a cutout for the sink, and then put it on top and then draw around the sink basin so that I have the right shape that I need to cut out from my piece of wood. It sounds complicated. I think it's going to work, and I think it's going to be the easiest way because I'm not uninstalling this sink faucet.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my...
Is this an IKEA hack? I don't know, but basically I took an unused shelf from an IKEA IVA shelving unit and I removed the metal shelf brackets, trimmed the edges so that it was all even, and I used that as the top for my sink cabinet.
Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
I do need to sand inside here just to even things out a little, and caulk that at the end, but I think it's looking pretty good. The wall cabinet. Well, what can I say? Sometimes things just don't go according to plan, but they end up working out for the better, which is definitely the case with this. I originally wanted a wall cabinet for extra storage in the bathroom. After cutting all the pieces, building the frame at the back that was raised enough not to sit on top of the air conditioning pipes, painting it, getting it on the wall, it just wasn't it. The cabinet had warped with the plywood and was a bit crooked. The paint color looked great on the card, but not so good in the actual space, and the cabinet doors, when I attached them and tried to open them, they hit the air vent on the ceiling, and it was very frustrating. So I had to make a very quick decision because time was running out on finishing this makeover, and I decided to just take all of that down. My incredible partner designed a cover solution for the air conditioning pipes that looked so good. I can't believe that this last minute solution worked out so perfectly. I'm obsessed. I love it so much. Well, that is a wrap on part 1 of this video. There will obviously be a part 2 because it is completely unfinished, but it's so much to fit into one video that I thought it was better for you guys to split it across 2 videos. So we've done a lot of the build stuff this time, a few mistakes along the way, and we did have to do that repair to the cabinet, or technically not a repair, just completely get rid of the top cabinet and replace it with a different solution, which I love the solution, so definitely a shout out to my partner who came up with that. He's filming me at the moment, just pull the face. Thank you for coming on this journey with me for part 1 of this makeover. I've definitely got a lot to do for part 2, so I need to get a wriggle on to doing that now. You guys will see that next week, so if you're not subscribed, do that, hit the bell notification just so you know when that video comes out and any of my other videos. You can also follow me over on Instagram as well if you would like to see some more behind the scenes stuff. Alright. So much paint on the floor. Oh dear me, what have I done? So much paint on the floor. Oh dear me, what have I done? Spills the paint. I spilled the paint.